Hi. They say when they say health is wealth, it's one of the most understated, understated statements in the world. Or, we just say it, we say it casually, but we actually don't know the impact. We don't know the if we truly understand that health is wealth. I assure you 80% of the things we do right now and 80% of the things that we prioritize right now will not be a priority to us anymore. I want you to just take time out and just reflect on that statement. Health is wealth. If you can just reflect on that statement, health is wealth, your priorities will change. You will look at things with a new eye. You will look at things in a different context, and trust me, your priorities will change. Today, I want to share with you, this is one of my favorite books of all time. A short story about how I got this book. I was in a mess. I was in a financial mess, and it was the financial mess that led me to get this book. What do I mean by financial mess? It wasn't so bad, but to me, when it comes to money, there is a state I don't like to be in when it comes to money, okay? And so it was at that state of my life where, how you make money? Making money was never a problem. I make money easily, okay? But I just noticed that the faster it comes, the faster it goes. You know what I mean? So it comes and then it goes. It comes and it goes. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm making money, yeah? But it doesn't look like I'm actually seeing the money that I'm making. It almost looks like the money just comes. It's like a basket, right? It's like using a basket to fetch money. Anyway, that's not the topic for today anyway, but that's the short story about how I got this book. And this book actually changed my life. This book introduced me to a lot of things. This book opened my eye to some of the things that I did not even know about myself when it comes to money, right? So that's why I want us to review this book. We're not going to review everything today. We're just going to look at them randomly. There are about 100 rules here. It's called The Rules of Wealth. The Rules of Wealth by Richard Templar. I love this book. This is like a Bible when it comes to wealth. This is the Bible of money. So if you can, pick a copy for yourself and examine it. Don't read it. It's not a book to be read. It's a book to be examined. You have to study it over and over and over, and you would understand some things about money that you never knew about. So let's just start from the basics. Like I said, I'm not going to read it. It's not a review. I'm just going to share some of the rules. Today, I'll just share one rule that I find like this is like going back to the basic, because it says the first step is thinking wealthy, right? And I said today, let's talk about thinking wealthy. How do the wealthy people think? I learned something recently and it made so much sense to me. The lady said, one thing that works for her, one of the tips that she always goes by, maybe she has like some wealthy people that she looks up to, like role models. So she has role models that she looks up to. And whenever she's about to make a decision, she would not always ask herself, what would the wealthy people do in this situation? What would a wealthy person do? What would a wealthy person think in this situation? And that struck me because we always talk about how we want to make money, how we want to be wealthy, how, we talk about it, but talk is cheap, right? Are we actually thinking like the wealthy think? Are we actually taking decisions that the wealthy take? Or when it comes to decisions, when it comes to the behaviors of the wealthy, that is when we expose ourselves. Okay, so that's why I said, let's go back to thinking wealthy and look at the first rule when it comes to thinking wealthy. Look at the first rule. It says here that anybody can make money. Anybody can make money, right? It is not selective. It is not discriminatory. anybody can make money. This is something that is very hard to believe because of the situation, because of how the environment is, right? So we feel like, no, it is not for everybody. It is for certain people. Now, let me tell you the difference, or what I picked from this rule. It says anybody can make money. It did not say everybody. So that's one thing we need to learn. And that was one thing that stood out for me. Anybody can make money. Not everybody will make money. Okay? So if we know that anybody can make money and not everybody will make money, then we now need to say, okay, so what do I need to do to make money? How do I need to think to make money? How should I behave to make money? Because making money is not just about the work. It's not just about the action. If it was about the action, the most hardworking people on earth are not the ones that make the most money. So it's not so much about the doing. Like I always remind myself, I am a human being, not a human doing. You are a human being, not a human doing. So you have to first of all be that person that you want to, if you want to make money, you need to first of all be a wealthy person, and then the wealth will come. Okay, so this really, really struck me. It says you have the same rights, you have the same opportunities, especially right now. Maybe in the past we could have said we did not have the same opportunity, we did not have the same rights, but right now we have the same, like is a level playing field. The world is so small right now that you have access to what would make you wealthy. It's not before that. It was only people who were working in certain places, or people who had certain jobs, or people who had certain contacts, certain connections. They are the ones that could make money. Right now, the world is so level. It's a level playing field. Okay, so you have the same rights and opportunity as everyone else to take as much as you want. This thing called wealth is like an ocean. This thing called wealth is like, an example I often use is that it's like a buffet. Okay, it's like a buffet. Unfortunately, people still have caterer mentality. You go to a party. Maybe you're used to going to a party that you have a caterer. Those caterers that form like they are gods. Those caterers where they can choose who to give food and they can choose who to insult, all in the name of sharing food. I thought I have given you. What are you doing here again? So a lot of us are so used to going to parties where there is a caterer that has to serve you food. And so we have that mindset when it comes to making wealth. Making wealth is not like a party with a caterer. Making wealth is like a buffet. Okay, it's like a buffet. It's like you go to a party and it is a buffet. Trust me, if you do not stand up and go and get that food, nothing for you. Hunger will kill you in the midst of all that food. That's how making wealth is. All right, it's a buffet. You have to figure it out. You have to go there and go. And then if you go there with a spoon, you're only going to get a spoonful of food. But if whatever you go there with, it's like an ocean, whatever you go there with, that is what you would fill up. Okay? So I actually struck some things there. It says, I have watched a lot of extremely wealthy people, and the one thing they all have in common is that they have nothing in common apart from being rule players, meaning that apart from following the rules, they have nothing else in common. Do you know why? You may see this wealthy person, now this one is black, the other one is white. This one is extroverted, the other one is introverted, and they're both wealthy. Right? So this is not for you to say, it's because I am introverted, it's because I always stay in the house, because I don't go out, that's why I'm not wealthy. Or no, it's because I talk too much. There are people that talk too much and they are wealthy. There are people who don't talk at all and they are wealthy. Okay? There are people who are white and they are poor. And there are white people that are wealthy. There are black people that are poor. There are black people that are wealthy. So it's not like, this is the traits. This is the physical trait. This is how they look like. It's all about how they play by the rules. Okay, it's all about how they play by the rules. So that's why one takeaway I would like to give you here is do that for yourself whenever you're about to take a decision. Most times, like if I want to buy anything, if I want to buy something, I would say, how would a rich, what would a rich person do right now? What would a rich person buy? Most wealthy people buy things that they want to buy, right? They buy things that they love. They don't analyze it. They don't overanalyze it. If they love it, they get it. If they don't love it, they don't get it. It's that simple. All right. But you know, the typical mediocre life or mediocre lifestyle that people have, when you see yourself about to buy something that may not even have any impact on your life in the next 2 years, in the next 1 year, and you're taking a decision as if you're doing research. You know, there's some people that don't even buy earphone like this, earphone, no. They will research. They will look for the one that it has the best quality for the lowest price. They don't really care about, okay, this is just what I love. This is what will make me feel good. I'll buy this thing because it makes me feel good. It will become a project. Wealthy people are not like that, because they need that time that they will use to research which type of earphone they should buy. They need that for more strategic thinking, for more strategic reasoning, for decisions that would have impact on them long term. All right. So if you find yourself researching to make very small decision, you are not actually going after what you want. You are just going after maybe the one with the lowest price and the highest feature. At the end of the day, you're actually getting something that does not even look good to you, right? Doesn't even look good to you. Think about it. Is that how the wealthy think? That's not how the wealthy think. So anybody can make money. I want us to start from there. Anybody can make money. Making money is not selective. Making money is not discriminatory. It doesn't discriminate against race. It doesn't discriminate against height, against weight. No. You just have to play by the rules. That's the only thing they have in common. They play by the rules. They apply themselves. So you must also apply yourself to the rules. Okay. I made a post just before now, and I said life insurance is the last love letter of your family, or the last love letter, or your last love letter to your family. Okay. Like I said, I have been in this space since I came to Canada. I have been in the finance space, and I have learned that there are a lot of things, a lot of blocks, a lot of limiting beliefs that are stopping us from taking decisions that can be good for us. And we're going to talk about it in the next rule. One of the rules is about removing limiting beliefs, removing the limiting beliefs that you have around wealth. That statement, when I heard it from Dr. Sanjay, it struck me. Have you ever thought about the fact that the breadwinner of the home passes on? And I'm not talking about Africa, where it takes a village, where the whole village is literally there to raise the family, right? This is a place where you're almost on your own, because the lifestyle you have here is almost fixed. It's based on a particular income. It's not. This is not a place where the money you are spending is almost fixed. Like it needs to come. If it doesn't come, you will drop this fast. You can drop from comfortable to homeless in a twinkle of an eye once income is not coming. There's so many homeless people here. So many homeless people. Okay? So these decisions are decisions that, unfortunately, a lot of people are not taking serious. I never used to take it serious until I got that awareness, until I got the education, right? Until I got the education before I now realized that things can go, like you can become homeless like this in this part of the world. That's why you see people taking 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs. They don't have time. That's because the lifestyle, as in whether income is coming or income is not coming, these bills, they're not going anywhere. You cannot even say you're not going to have that bill. All right. Now imagine if a breadwinner goes, there are children there is accommodation, there is education, there's rent, there is whatever, and this thing will not be there. So when I saw that statement, I actually had goosebumps. It's sad that we don't think about death. We always think, oh, it's not gonna happen to me, it's gonna happen to the next person. But the truth of the matter is not even that you're going to die today or you're going to die tomorrow, you're going to die next. Even if you live till you're 65, research actually shows that even people who have lived at that age, I think about 67% of them are just struggling. They're financially weak. I called myself the mom advisor because I want to work with a lot of young mothers. At this stage, your children are young, right? So what plans do you have? What are you putting in place so that 20 years from now, I have a 2-year-old, 20 years from now he'll be 22. The other one is 4 years old, 20 years from now he'll be 24. I don't want to wait until he's 24 and then I start asking myself, what am I going to do about his education, about their education? That is usually what people do. We have this mentality of when you get to the bridge, yes, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. It is when we get to the bridge, we cross it. That is what has left a lot of people financially weak at a time when they shouldn't have been. And then you see that they are struggling. And then it looks like this thing happened overnight. It doesn't ever happen overnight. That's why, in fact, that's how nature has done it. Nature gave you time to raise your child. That time was given to us for a reason. Unfortunately, we have that mentality of when we get to the bridge, when we get to the bridge. That is our conversation for today. Okay, let's start thinking like the wealthy. How do the wealthy people think? The wealthy people don't think that money or wealth is only for a certain people. The wealthy people believe, and they know it for sure, that anybody can be wealthy. But not everybody will be wealthy, but anybody can be wealthy. And so all they do is they find out, okay, those that are wealthy already, what are they doing? What kind of decisions are they making? How do they think? And that's all you have to do. Okay? So see you next time. We'll talk about some other rules of wealth. But like I said, if you're a mom, if you have young children and you need help planning your finances, let's have a conversation. Okay, let's have a conversation. I have a free financial planning webinar that I'm open to share with a lot of moms, especially moms who live in Canada. If you don't live in Canada, it could still be of benefit to you, but mainly for moms that live in Canada. So if you know any mom, please mention them, tag them in the comment, or share this video with them. Okay, and let them send me a message, or you send me a message and give me their contact and let me talk to them. That's my own way of giving back. Like I said, 2 things I love the most in life is learning and teaching. Okay, so see you next time. Bye.